Today we're going to be checking out the top 10 coolest cars and tech of 2026 at CES. From flying cars to advanced robotics, transparent TVs, and some of the most insane tech you've seen in your life, you're not going to want to miss today's video. So let's see if we can find some technology that you and I can afford and some that might make Elon Musk cringe at his wallet. Quick break from the cars because this is an unexpectedly cool piece of tech at CES. This is the X-Lean TR1, and it's not just a robot vacuum, it legitimately transforms. How cool is this? Like an RC car, you can remote control the X-Lean vacuum. It's actually really fast, and you can kind of drift around. Get a load of this controller. It's actually really advanced. That's awesome. Most of the time, it runs in robot mode, handling daily whole house cleaning. But the moment something spills, coffee, juice, whatever, it can flip into handheld mode in about 1 second, so you're not waiting around while a robot tries to figure out life. Now here's where it gets wild. It uses a dual motor direct suction system pushing 17,000 pascals of suction with dual rollers, even water spray, and self-cleaning that happens up to 800 times a minute. Translation, wet spills don't smear, sticky stuff doesn't fight back, and mixed messes, liquids, crumbs, pet hair get cleaned in one pass. What actually separates this from traditional robots is the real-time AI adaptive cleaning. It actually sees how dirty the floor is using a camera and laser sensor. Light mess, quick mop. Tough stain, it slows down, increases water flow, roller speed, suction, basically cleaning like a human would, faster and cleaner. And when it's done, the Omni Station takes over. It automatically separates solids and liquids, it's bagless, eco-friendly, and handles cleanup without you touching anything. It even hot washes and hot dries itself. You don't have to think about maintenance. This is one of those products that feels less like a gadget and more like a system, kind of like where cars are heading too. There were some other cool vacuum robots at CES as well, like this one, but it couldn't transform, it doesn't clean itself, and it certainly doesn't have a remote controller like you're controlling an RC car. I'll drop a link in the description below if you want to check out the X-Lean TR1. This thing's crazy. Now back on to the list. This might be the coolest RV ever made by AC Future. Not only does it look insane on the outside, it's enormous. Look how large this compartment is that slides out, creating almost a full extra living room. I love the matte paint scheme. Coming around to the front, I mean, this is one of the coolest things I've legitimately ever seen. We're gonna go ahead and go inside of this. Got steps that come down, like legitimate steps. Got a nice leather interior. Oh my gosh, it is so spacious in here. I feel like I'm inside of a building. Coming around, we've got the fake fireplace. I mean, yeah, this is legitimately the size of the living room once it's popped out. Full-size kitchen. Basically have a kitchen island inside of an RV. That is unreal. Taking a look at the restroom, we've got a huge shower, bathroom, a laundry unit in an RV. I've never seen that before. And a pretty large, spacious master bedroom with almost Alcantara on the sides. We've got more extendable compartments. This pops out here, and then look, that entire master bedroom slides back in to the RV. That is wild. How insane is this? It's a Lexus KVPR with a bucket attachment that's fully autonomous. This thing looks absolutely insane. Lexus crushed it with the design language. I don't know a ton about heavy machinery, but look how beautiful all of the different components are. Notice how the tread goes in every single different direction. The wheels actually articulate fully, so they can go from this to this, so it can rotate 360 degrees in a circle. How wild is this? Tilta has a commercially available Hydra arm, so you can take insane cinematic shots for about $10,000. Look at the controller for this. And it's on a Ferrari 308. How awesome is that? Look at this. I mean, that is serious. And if that's too intense for you, got little one for the DJI Pocket 3. That's wild. How wild is this? The Air eVTOL. So this is a fully electric vehicle that obviously flies. And it's currently approved by the FAA, and you can buy one. That's right, for between $300,000 to $400,000, you could own one of these, and apparently getting a license to fly it is not all that difficult. They're flying them out of Florida now, so you can see those massive propellers there. But how cool is that interior cabin with those skeletonized pedals, the bucket seats, and the joystick? This would be terrifying to drive, but I think I'd be down. Look, it's see-through, so you can see in front. That is crazy. So we're taking a look at a cutting edge heads-up display from TCL. It'll probably be hard to capture on camera, but the heads-up display is fully three-dimensional, and it looks like it's basically painted on the road in really, really high quality graphics, more so than you're used to seeing in traditional heads-up display vehicles. Also, the micro LEDs are so high res, and look how thin this display is. This thing is crazy. How cool is this? A depth finder for a boat with a heat map of the sea floor. So I am big into golf. These launch monitors are really cool, but normally they have been unaffordable. This model's about $5,000. This is $500. You can take it to the driving range and it'll measure exactly your ball flight, spin, whole bunch of different data. How crazy is this? The world's largest Garmin smartwatch. This is actually a really cool demonstration of what it's capable of. I didn't know it could do Apple Pay. Here is a new car from CES, the Longbow Speedster. And while it looks like a concept, it's a real car that you're able to buy, and it's actually a lot more affordable than you'd think, starting at 85,000 British pounds. It's fully electric, 0 to 60 in under 3.5 seconds, and some of the executive team is actually really impressive. So I do feel like this car is going to come out. They've got executives that used to be the CEO of McLaren, executives from Tesla, and a whole bunch of other car companies. So they have the right people working on it. Pretty cool seats, reminds me of the Monza SP2. This is the Speedster. They also have a Roadster variant, which is going to have a roof. Get a load of how cool the rear end of this Longbow is. I actually love those taillights. This thing is sick. Here's something completely unexpected. Amazon has some racing simulators at CES. These fully autonomous race cars are so funny to me because obviously the point of cars is to drive them and feel the driving experience and the engagement. So to take the driver completely out of the picture is a little bit crazy, but it is cool from a technological perspective. Look at how many different sensors and cameras are all throughout this. And to be able to go safely at well over 100 miles an hour without this crashing into a wall is pretty remarkable. We're here at Waymo, and they've got a pretty cool setup. This is their latest vehicle, the Ojai, which is actually going to go into production, kind of slightly different look to it than the Waymo vehicles we're currently used to seeing. Definitely quite a bit bigger. That's awesome. It's cool to see all of Waymo's technology on a Hyundai instead of a Jaguar like we're used to seeing. I wonder how much all of these components cost to make the car fully autonomous. Eventually, this technology is going to get cheaper and cheaper, and I wonder if you're going to be able to buy standalone products that are going to be able to renovate and update an old car into becoming fully autonomous. Probably more expensive than it's worth, but it'll be interesting to see. This is the most CES thing ever. They're just driving a robot through the crowd. That's awesome. Check this out, the Geely M9. In the front grille, we have these awesome crystallized elements. We've got a camera up here for full autonomous driving. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the interior because it's pretty cool. Taking a look at the interior of the car, really nice white leather, and get a load of how big that display is. We've got a very streamlined instrument cluster in front of me. I kind of like this logo. And then look at that. I mean, it's like having two laptops sitting next to you. Wireless charging pads. We also have a screen back there. Taking a look at the Porsche 99X, Porsche's Gen 3 Formula 3 car that makes 408 horsepower and does 0 to 60 in under 2 seconds. This thing must be an absolute rocket ship. I actually really like the design language. Normally not a huge fan of the way Formula E cars look. Look at those Venturi tunnels down there. This thing is pretty wild. BMW's IMSA car, 4-liter twin-turbocharged V8 hybrid, making over 640 horsepower. BMW honestly has one of the best-looking cars on the grid. How wild is this? RoboSense packing robot can fully package and unpack boxes. Right now it's transporting it to a different area. This thing looks very humanoid. Look at those fingers. Imagine it has crazy degrees of articulation. Here he goes, spinning around. All right, here we go. Is he able to unpackage the box? Oh, that is awesome. Look at all of the different degrees of freedom of that arm and all of the fingers. Here we go, taking something out of the box. Wow, this is actually really impressive. If you've ever wondered what the inside of your window regulator looks like inside your door, this is pretty cool. It's fully transparent, so you can see the window moving up and down. And it looks like the glass is actually crystallizing. Whoa. CES is like something out of a sci-fi movie. Look how crazy this humanoid robot is sitting next to a hologram of the robot. I mean, that is unbelievable. This thing is so intricate. It's kind of scary how big it is. How wild is this? The Sambo Motors drone. Now, we've seen a lot of flying vehicles, but this has a specific feature I've never seen before. As you can see, the propellers have an actuator. So in this current position, it takes off vertically because they're positioned horizontally to the ground. But all of a sudden, once it's flying, it can fly like a propeller plane. The propellers drop down forwards, and then it starts going horizontally across the ground. Eventually, this thing is going to be fully autonomous as well. They have actually run some test flights in real life, so it's not just a complete concept. We've got autonomous robots all throughout this area. That is a UAV up there, which is apparently coming to market pretty soon. What do you think? Would you trust going in one of these? In the same vein as the Lexus, we have a Bobcat fully autonomous concept. I love the design of this thing. That is actually wicked. Look at the treads. So this is a gas turbine, but if we come around to the other side, you can actually see it's fully exposed. Look at all of the little turbines. Kind of reminds me of the turbines inside of a turbocharger. But obviously, this thing is a much more involved engineering marvel than a single turbo. So we can see how the gas turbine would be used in a factory. This is such a cool display. The flashing red element is that turbine below, providing power to the building. Look at these. I'm out of my element here in terms of knowledge base, but it does look unbelievably cool. This is awesome. Brunswick brought 2 boats inside of CES. Look how cool it looks, all lit up with ambient lighting. Go around to the back of it. We've got electric motors, Mercury motors mounted at the rear. This boat uses AI to autonomously dock. Now, having attempted to dock a boat before, it's actually terrifying. So the fact that this can do it yourself is pretty insane. All right, John Deere back at it again with one of the most ridiculous machines I have ever seen. I mean, look at the scale of this thing. And it's fully autonomous. Can you imagine this thing running all the way on its own around the field being this big? I've seen a fair amount of 6x6 vehicles in my life, but normally the 2 wheels are at the back. These are next to each other at the front. And look how tall this tire is compared to these normal sized people. So here you can actually see the combine at work. All of this spills over into this area here. And what's insane is, I was just told, this runs about $1 to $1.5 million. And I feel like for the size and the scale of this thing and what you can do with it, it doesn't seem like a crazy price. Check out this minivan, the Way G9. I love the Way, no pun intended. This front grille looks. Now coming around to the side, the interior of this thing is actually really awesome. We've got these captain's chairs in the back that look super, super comfortable. The interior is really nice as well. We've got a nice open pore wood effect. Look at the speaker system details. Massive digital display. Those captain's chairs look awesome. How cool is this motorcycle? It has so much chrome at the front end. It actually looks insane. And then the motor looks like it could fit and power a small car, but it's on a motorcycle. I love that. Look at how thin these wallpaper TVs are. I mean, they're like 1/4 of an inch thick and provide insane clarity and visuals. Here we go. We've got the world's largest RGB LED TV, 116 inches from Hisense. The quality of this is actually unbelievable, even though it's enormous. This TV has got to be pretty pricey. Now coming around here, we have a micro LED wall. Look how big this is, 163 inches. It's basically like a home cinema theater. I mean, this is just nuts. And then look at this gorgeous kind of picture frame style. That looks cool. Hisense also has these little humanoid robots with cowboy hats on. That's awesome. Okay, you can't really see it, but you can kind of tell that there is a screen inside. Well, just more CES things. Hisense robot walking towards me. This thing is cool. Watch out. Oh, this is his friend. What are you doing? Oh, no way, hey. Pinch my finger. That's awesome. Saving perhaps the best for last, the world's first transparent TV by LG, and you can buy it. This TV will set you back $60,000. It's got incredible resolution, and that's not a reflection. Those people are on the other side. It's completely transparent, but it can also act as a normal TV. If you come around to the back, let's check out what the rear of it looks like. You can still see it a little bit, but it's mainly all the way see-through. Come around to the front again. I mean, that is awesome. It looks like a fish tank, and then it can be in your living room and act as a television as well. I can't believe this product is actually available for purchase. 60 grand, would you pay that? All right, so those are the top 10 coolest cars and tech in CES, but there's so many things to see that I'm gonna have some bonus stuff. So keep watching. We've seen the Tourbillon up close and personal at Goodwood Festival of Speed, but seeing it here under the lights is pretty unbelievable. They also have a model Tourbillon next to it, which would be the coolest kid's toy of all time. 8.3 liter naturally aspirated V16. One of the coolest parts about this car is obviously they could have used the quad turbocharged W16 from the Chiron and the Veyron, but they decided to be very innovative and go with that naturally aspirated V16, 3 electric motors for a combined total of 1,800 horsepower. So more little AI companions. These things are adorable and apparently speak any language. So if you speak to it in English, it responds in English. Hello. Hey guy. And then look at this. I've never seen one that's kind of almost artsy. That looks cool. Dodge has officially announced that they're bringing back the supercharged Hemi V8 in the Charger, which is super exciting. And they've also released an electric bicycle at the same time. If they didn't have the V8 and they just dropped an electric bicycle, I'd be a little bit concerned for where the future of the company is headed, but this thing is actually pretty darn cool, and I can't wait to see the future of the Hellcat. This is easily one of my favorite things I have seen at CES, the Sense robot that plays against you in chess, and you can even select the level of difficulty for it to play against you. I'm not a chess player, but I've actually kind of been fascinated by it recently. This is way cool, and you've got a little miniature version right here. It can play some more games as well. Robot barista, that is awesome. I've seen a bunch of EV tolls at CES, but I have never seen a flying tricycle. Yes, that's right, this thing is a tricycle that apparently goes airborne. I can't imagine what that would be like. And then look at this thing. That is wild. If you've ever wanted to look like a transformer while being massaged at the same time, this company definitely has you covered. These are the wildest looking massage chairs I have ever seen, and they have independent arms that like raise into the sky. This is absolutely wild. LG has an insane heads-up display AR, VR setup for a car. Imagine driving down the freeway and this is what you see. That'd be wild. How cool is this teleprompter? So I don't normally film with scripts, but this would be really helpful for filming. Normally, if you're looking at a script, you can tell in the camera that your eyes are looking in a different direction because you're reading, but this allows you to look straight, read these words, and make it look like you're not reading anything at all because you're looking directly at the camera. That's pretty darn cool. Somehow we've ended up in the gaming section of CES. Look at these potion lamps that you can put on your desk. I don't think they do anything, but very interesting. This is absolutely insane. It's not gonna come across super smooth on camera, but these are holograms that use a fan and light projected onto the fan. Let's see, hold to speak. Hello, how are you?
Jacket is my nod to the metaverse meets Vegas flair.
I'm Hypervision IROS.
Is the holograms I represent. How about you? Are you enjoying CES so far?
I am enjoying CES.
Yep,
That is
that's me,
crazy.
Betsy.
Now get a load of how big this hologram is.
Ordinaire.
This is insane. Could you imagine having this in the middle of your living room? It is pretty loud, I'm not gonna lie, with all the fans, but it does look really trick. How cool is this? The floating text in the sky looks insane. Oh, here you go, Christine. I got you a handbag. It's just a holographic one. How wild is this VR rig? So he can move in infinite directions and he's in place, so it doesn't take up a whole bunch of space. And this is what he's seeing right now in virtual reality. That is wicked. You can run at full speed on this thing. That's crazy. So right now I'm looking at TikTok, and if I go like this in the air and pinch and swipe, I can scroll through the TikTok feed. That's actually crazy. Here you can see Sebastian's controlling TikTok on the phone, and he's seeing it as if it's right in front of him. Check this guy out. Hello, hello. Oh, there he comes. That's awesome. The robot dogs are back, dancing around. How wild is this robotic hand? So as he moves his hand in VR, this little hand is articulating. This robot is vibing right now. I'm not quite sure what she's doing, but I do like it. And look at this full humanoid robot behind it. This one's got more of a wheel type setup instead of legs. Look how gentle this robot is, building a fan one step at a time. Here's the finished product over there. But look how precise the hand control is. He's spinning it around. All right, that's what I'm talking about. A blackjack robot dealer. Although I do feel like they can rig it even more if the robot's the dealer. That is insane.
Now I'll deal myself a card face up.
Just press the button in front of you and say hit or stand and release.
Okay.
Then the robot will understand it.
Okay.
How wild is this? I no longer need a videographer for filming YouTube videos. I've got this Sharpa here who's about to take a photo of me and then print it out on a Polaroid camera. That is actually wild. All right, here we go. Imagine this homie with the G7X. That is sick. Look at this dog robot doing tricks, standing upright. I want to see this boxer robot go out. This is one of the coolest things I've ever seen, a boxing robot from Unitree. No way. I want to see it fight another robot. It can kick and spin around. It's actually really athletic. That is awesome. Pretty stable, he almost tripped. Oh yes, I can get behind that. Autonomous ping pong. That is awesome. See how good this guy is. I imagine you can train it various levels of skill. That's so cool. How wild is this Evotrex camper? It's actually fully electric and has a massive battery in it that can recharge your EV if you're towing it with an electric vehicle. This thing is super luxurious. Let's go inside. Inside of the Evotrex camper now, ambient lighting underneath that central seating area. We've got this awesome kitchen, kind of a marble finish to it. Good sized bathroom with a shower, as well as this sleeping area. This thing is insane. So this is a production fully autonomous tractor, and as you can see, it has cameras on it, which can detect if your crops are having any issues or diseases, and then it'll pinpoint them on the map so you can come back later and fix it. Imagine this thing just roaming through your crops and fields, doing everything for you. All right, this might be one of my new favorite inventions. Nobody likes doing the laundry, and I feel like I don't like doing the laundry more than anyone else in the world. This is about to be my girlfriend's best friend. It is a robot that can pick up your laundry from either the couch or the ground, and then move it over to your laundry machine, wash the laundry, and then put it away in your closet. It can also help you out with tasks around the house and do the dishes, and it looks really cool. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Like always, please browse the channel and subscribe. I look forward to seeing you next time.